As I told you guys before, that we were going to circle back to this video where Adam Mockler actually talks to some callers. And let me just tell you, he obliterates these people with nothing but hard hitting facts, because I think anybody that watched Jesse Lee Peterson and takes him seriously is completely brainwashed. So luckily Adam is on that show to help, free those people's minds. But let's go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and let's get to it, y'all. Here we go. Now, a lot of you guys were upset because I said in my first initial video about this that, Adam's too young, he's saying this and that, and I just don't believe in his conviction. And a lot of y'all were like, 82 age ain't nothing but a number. He's smart, he's intelligent. And I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, for me to follow someone, I just need them to have more life experiences, because your life experience really does change as far as your politics and stuff like that and what you believe in. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. And just to reiterate, I know that Adam is smart. I'm not denying that at all. Here we go.
Parents, know you like black women?
My dad doesn't. My mom does. My Allahu Akbar dad doesn't know.
Why doesn't your father know but your mother knows?
No, they both know. I'm okay with anyone. I'll date anyone.
You say your father. Does he know or does he know?
I was just joking. He neither of them have talked to me about my love for black women. I don't know.
Once you go black, you can't go back.
Is that what they say?
That's true.
Okay.
Let me go to Mimi out of California. Mimi, you are on the air. Is that your coffee?
Hi, good.
Water.
Get your coffee. You can put it on the table. That's punchy coffee you're drinking. I made that coffee.
You made this?
I sell it.
Oh.
That's Punchy's coffee.
Oh.
Go ahead, Mimi. Welcome to the show.
Hi, good morning, Jesse.
Hey, Mimi.
And I apologize. I didn't catch the name of the guest.
Adam.
Adam. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning. Great to chat.
Yes, of course. I have a couple of questions. But I think the first one that I was going to ask is, you mentioned at the earlier top of the hour that there was a oh my gosh, I hate that my mind goes blank. That the current administration is against free speech, or that there is kind of an undertone, kind of questioning, blurring or muffling the waters in terms of free speech.
Are you on a speakerphone, Mimi? On Bluetooth or something?
I heard what you were saying about free speech, but keep going from there.
Her sound is horrible. I'm all like, what? But trust me, you guys, just stick with it.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Are you on a speaker or Bluetooth, Mimi?
No. My phone is just wonky. It's like trying to switch over.
Is it an Obama
so I apologize
phone?
about that. Huh?
Is it an Obama phone?
It's not an Obama phone. You've got jokes, Jesse.
Okay.
But okay, so free speech, the current administration, it currently isn't its strength in your eyes. But let me ask you this. What is cancel culture? Is that just renaming opposition to free speech and saying that it's okay if you can cancel someone? Because I think that on the other side, on the right, on the left, we see a lot of cancel culture. If you don't like somebody, it doesn't even matter their language or their speech, just obliterate them, act as though they become invisible. What is the difference between a violation of free speech and cancel culture?
See, that's actually a really good question. I would say that cancel culture comes from cultural power on one side, and what we're seeing right now is the executive branch being weaponized to silence people. So just to back up, I'm against cancel culture. I thought that liberals took it too far when they were canceling everybody for everything. I think there are some cases where it's normal, but now that you see the culture shift towards the right, you saw the same type of cancel culture when people were making jokes about Charlie Kirk. Some people got fired for really, really dumb reasons, just making jokes. But my problem isn't with the cultural change of cancel culture. That's a separate conversation. I see the Trump administration as weaponizing the executive branch to go after, let's say, universities that disagree with them, like universities in my home state of Illinois or universities in California, going after law firms that disagree with them, Act Blue, comedians that disagree with them. Donald Trump has tweeted Jimmy Kimmel's name dozens of times. Why is the president going after some random comedian? And then when that comedian gets taken off the air because of Brendan Carr, it kind of scares me. So there's a difference between the cultural power, the wielding of cultural power, versus actual institutional power to silence people.
I do believe that our government, obviously now do play a big role in the whole cancel culture thing. But the thing is that as society, we have chosen to cancel certain people, right? First of all, cancel culture isn't real because it doesn't hold the same weight to whoever the individual is. Especially when it comes to Black people, we are more than likely to be canceled harder, where we're completely blackballed from everything, where you have these right wingers, they don't give a damn about what they say. But more or less, when it comes to this particular situation with Trump, him and the government is influencing people, whether, when it came to, say, for example, during 2020, it was society that chose it, not necessarily the government. So I believe it's two different things.
But, okay, so to your point, you're mentioning his tweets. He's not using any of his executive powers or any of his positional powers to do anything.
He is, though.
Tweeting something. No. Tweeting something is part of that cultural exchange that you just mentioned.
Well, okay,
he didn't ever say anything. He didn't ever execute any of his powers to do it. You just mentioned how he tweeted something.
Listen, it's not a part of
everybody else, how other people respond. Again, this is the problem with this.
No. Let me jump in. Let me jump in really quickly. What he did a few weeks ago was tweet out Pam Bondi's name. I don't know if you guys have seen this post. Jesse, have you seen this post? He said, Pam, I want you to target these 3 people. And he had 3 names on there. It was Adam Schiff, Letitia James, and James Comey.
Did he say, I want you to target them?
He said, I want you to go after these people. Yes. So right after this happened.
So did he say, I want you to target them?
He said, he literally said, we need to speed up the process.
And you want to know what
happened? The federal prosecutor.
Can I hold you over? Are you able to stay a little bit longer?
Yeah.
I'm going to hold him over for at least another 15 minutes or so, all right? Mimi, can you hold on?
Okay, let's skip ahead.
She's tired of white tears about.
But let me go ahead and talk about that. So obviously with Letitia James, James Comey, and then I forgot who the third person he said, but 2 out of the 3 have been indicted. So obviously Trump does have power, does have authority. And let's be honest, all those people in the White House are spineless. They're going to follow whatever he says because originally, let's take this into account. Originally, they were all for the Epstein files, right? Remember, release the files. Now that Trump said, forget about those files, they're all like, there's nothing to see. That's proof right there.
DEI.
You probably shouldn't inject race into things.
She said comes from mediocre white boys. That's from CNN on February 2025. You saying that's not racism?
She shouldn't inject race into
Is that
things.
racism?
No, it's not racism.
Okay.
Wait, can I say Can I say, you say that Jasmine Crockett hates all white people, but you have to find these random quotes. But when Donald Trump literally says himself, I hate all Democrats, that's not enough for you, for him to hate all Democrats? Like, you're grasping at straws to try to say that Jasmine Crockett hates all white people, literally grasping at straws. But Trump said with his own lips that he hates all Democrats. Do you think he hates all Democrats?
And to speak on Jasmine Crockett's quote, that was in retaliation to DEI because they're saying that all these people are, now the Trump administration is against DEI. However, they have a whole bunch of DEI hires in the White House. And those are all mediocre white boys. So that's what she was referencing to, how their mediocrity is being threatened by people of color because they see all these people of color getting positions all like, oh my God, how are they doing this? That should be me. And it's all like, no, these people were qualified for the job, unlike you. And we see what's going on in the administration right now. A whole bunch of unqualified people, but they don't call them DEI. Wonder why.
No.
Do you think Jasmine Crockett hates all white people?
Yes.
So what's happening here?
Because Jasmine Crockett is crazy.
Okay.
So I want to go back to Mimi, all right? some calls here. Mimi, thank you for holding. Go ahead.
Yes, Jesse, and I would like to apologize about the issue with my phone. I have fixed it just for the record.
Right on. And now you sound clear and good. Thank you.
Can I respond to what we were
Perfect.
talking about before?
Yes.
Mimi, I really apologize to cut you off. There was something I was trying to say, and then I want to hear what you have to say as well. We went to the commercial break last time. So Donald Trump sent out this Truth Social post aimed at Pam Bondi, and he said, Pam, I want you to go after these three people. It was Letitia James, James Comey, and then Adam Schiff. Within weeks, a federal prosecutor resigned, and a new federal prosecutor was appointed to specifically go after Letitia James, James Comey, and Adam Schiff. So we were saying that you were trying to say that Donald Trump isn't actually directing people to do things, but for the first time in American history, we have a president directing his attorney general on social media to go after people. Biden never did that to Merrick Garland.
Yeah, but you know what? It's interesting that you say that because possibly, is it possible that if he's saying that you need to take a look at these people, you need to take a look at their behaviors and their actions, is that wrong that he does that? No, maybe putting it on Truth Social post or whatever, maybe we need to start seeing some of the decisions that politicians are making out in public. Because I'll be honest with you.
But he's influencing the DOJ to investigate these people. That's the problem. So basically, when Kamala said that he was going to go after his political enemies, oh yeah, that's what was being done. And you could say, oh, well, Biden was making them listen. If Biden was influenced Merrick Garland to do all this stuff, didn't do a great job because now Trump is president again. So I highly doubt he really had any influence. Come on now.
As a political commentator, you and I both know that in politics, everything is cloaked under a closed door, and we as the American people have no idea as to what is going on. Do you think that just because he posted that on Truth Social, that there aren't hundreds of politicians that aren't using their power to push a button, and then all of a sudden all kinds of things are happening?
No.
That would be, being that you're a political commentator, that would be very irresponsible.
I'm not denying that corruption does happen,
Okay.
but this is unprecedented.
Not even necessarily corruption. It's
What?
just more so use of power.
Okay, but what Donald Trump is doing is by definition unprecedented. You said, is it really that bad for the president to be posting this stuff? Yes, there's supposed to be a separation between the executive or the presidency and the Department of Justice or the Attorney General. Merrick Garland was never directed by President Biden, as much as people want to say, but the fact that Trump is putting his thumb on the scale to make sure that his political opponents are indicted, and just to add insult to injury, this indictment was 4 or 5 days before the statute of limitations was up, meaning Trump and his team saw, hey, the statute of limitations is right about to be up. We have to put our thumb on the scale and force the Eastern District of Virginia to prosecute our political opponents. That never happened under Biden, and that is not what America's about. It's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, not the president calls you guilty until you can prove that you're innocent. You know?
I think there's a lot of assumptions there
What
you're making. There's a lot of jumps that you're making in terms of what was done and what wasn't done.
He said it.
What was said and what was said, doesn't said, because you got a post. There's a lot of assumptions, but I get it.
What assumptions is she talking about? When somebody is telling the truth, how are they assuming anything? Like this lady, oh my God, this lady don't have a brain at all.
The mind has a tendency to run wild.
No, I'm not running wild. Trump meant to send that as a DM to Pam Bondi. They literally said, we meant to send this as a DM. We meant to direct Pam Bondi to do this. What assumption am I filling in? Can you name any gap that I'm missing here?
I think that for you to say that, again, that he is going into their office and saying, you absolutely have to do this. If he is directing people to start looking at things, he absolutely in his power should. And if it's unprecedented, shame on all of those other presidents that haven't done it.
It's
interesting. It's interesting. Okay, so possibly you are making a point about what he's doing as unprecedented. But if you care about this nation, if you care about your job, what you do as the, kind of the leader in charge, you have to look out for things that may be questionable.
It's not just that it's unprecedented, it's that it's un-American as well. The point of the presidency is to have checks and balances on you so you can't target people, target political opponents.
Was it un-American for Obama to go after the Tea Party?
Did Obama direct his attorney general to go after the Tea Party?
No, was it un-American for Obama to go after the Tea Party?
Didn't. Obama didn't direct his
Obama
attorney
did
general.
not go after the Tea Party?
Did he direct his attorney general?
You're not answering the question.
I'm asking you one that is more
Is
relevant.
it un-American? Was it un-American for Obama to go after the Tea Party?
I reject the framing.
But what did he do? They always will go back to Obama, and it's all like, that has nothing to do about today and what's going on. Like, stop reverting back to, oh, well, Obama did this, Obama did that. Him and Trump are two different people. Like, come on now. Let's not play semantics.
What?
I reject.
Well,
Obama didn't
What does that mean?
weaponize his
I reject the
Department of
framing.
Justice against the. So, did Obama ask his
You
attorney
like a
general?
white person. I don't know what that means. Did Obama go?
Well-
Was it un-American for Obama to go after the Tea Party?
I'm not going to be boxed into this framing when I'm making a point that is very valid.
What does that mean, framing?
Because you're framing the question in such a way that's
No, I'm just asking
loaded.
the question.
And before there was MAGA, there was the Tea Party. And so the Tea Party has now became MAGA. And Tea Party was basically the opposition against Obama. And he's trying to compare the two, and there's no comparison at all. Like, I'm not understanding. He didn't go after or campaign against the Tea Party. Like, this is some made up conspiracy theory that that the right wingers like to throw out there.
no, you're loaded. Like it's like
Was it
do the cops
un-American for the fallen Messiah to go after the Tea
do
Party?
the cops know you beat your wife?
You didn't answer the
Do the
question.
cops know you beat your wife?
Was it un-American for Obama to go after Dinesh D'Souza?
Do the cops know that you beat
Was
your
it
wife?
un-American for Obama
See,
to
but
go after?
Adam,
Do you see how my
that is
fra-
interesting.
No, do you see how my framing presupposes that you've done
What
bad
did you say,
things?
Mimi?
My framing presupposes
Hold on.
that you've done bad things.
Because I think Adam, I get it. I get it. You're educated and you have a way of, being able to explain certain factions of the English language that asks a question, and then you call it something so that you don't have to answer it. So it's interesting because what you don't realize is that a lot of the stuff that that the left is leaning on has nothing to do with facts and actual basis. It has a lot to do with everybody's feelings.
Where did I lie?
Mm.
What's one
And
unfactual
I
thing I
think
said?
because you don't like the question, so now you're going to use the word framing.
No, he's
and
loading
say
the
that
question.
it
He's
was
loading the
loaded.
question.
It's
Okay,
interesting.
I'm not
You guys
loading the
have all
question.
these-
Listen,
Okay.
I'm black.
you guys
I don't know
have
how to
all
load a
these-
question,
you have all
man.
these- You have all these arsenal, and then you say you
He said, I'm black. I don't know how to load a question. Oh, my God.
don't weaponize anything. You say that it's the right is weaponizing everything, but you have this whole arsenal, but you don't call it arsenal. You're like, those aren't bullets, those are marshmallows. And it's like, stop it.
never
Stop it.
under
Oh
Biden
my
or
God.
Obama did they direct their attorney general to do this. And you admitted it was unprecedented, but then you justified it and you said you wish more presidents had gone after their opponents.
Unprecedented is not a bad thing.
It is when you're
saying unprecedented. No, it's not.
He's turning our country
Unprecedented
into an
has never been done
authoritarian
before.
regime. You can't just
Let me
weaponize
do this
people.
because of time. I got to run here. But
I am so sorry.
No, I just
no, not you done fire. It's just that I'm looking at the clock here.
Okay, let me just say this. There was two other questions that I wanted to ask, and
Oh.
I'll say them really quickly.
Okay.
Really quickly, you mentioned Trump with Obama and the fact, his citizenship.
Mhm.
Now, I would ask, are you a racist? I'm not. There's no attack in this.
What?
It's just a question. But are you a racist? Because when you brought up the unemployment rate, the one thing you brought up was the black employment rate.
Right.
So it's interesting that everyone always wants to use blacks as their weapon against the American people.
Good
And
point.
then say that they're not
What are
racist.
you
First of
talking
all.
about?
And then second of all, I would ask you, do you love America?
Yes.
Because this is your nation that you claim. Do you love America?
Yes.
There's actually no other question behind it. That was just the question. Do you love
Okay,
America?
Of course
first
I
That's
do.
all I got.
Her first question: why do white people always use the blacks when they want to bring up unemployment?
Mind you, Jesse was the one, if you guys watched the first show that I did, Jesse was the one to bring up, oh, how come the blacks won't work? The blacks won't work and the immigrants are all being deported. How come the blacks won't take them jobs? He's the one who brought it into the conversation. And now they're trying to spin and use it against Adam. Like, these people is full of shit, y'all.
I mean, why the black?
You were claiming that immigrants
No. She asked
displace.
you a question.
You were claiming that immigrants displace black workers, so I was responding with a stat on black unemployment. We were talking about immigration, and you were saying that black workers were being displaced. This was all in the context of the conversation. Didn't you say that earlier?
I may have.
Yeah, I mean, it's a common point.
But you
so-
don't
you go.
care that the illegal is taking the black's job.
No, I deny that it's happening.
But why would you deny it?
Because black unemployment is up and
But
deportations
would it
are
be
up.
up if the illegal went back home?
They are going back
Would there
home, but
be
it's
more
still up.
job? Would there be more jobs?
Donald Trump has deported 2 million people, and black unemployment is
And
still up.
Mimi want to know, are you racist?
No, I'm not a racist.
And why you say you're not?
Because I love everyone.
You love Donald Trump?
Everyone except for Donald Trump.
You love Netanyahu?
Everyone except for Netanyahu.
You love Putin?
No.
So you don't love anyone?
Well, but let's ask a real question. Do you love black people?
Yes.
You are willing to love black people, but you don't love Trump. But, which is fine, you don't have to. But what's interesting is that if you love black people, when are you going to start telling the truth as an American citizen? Because see, here's the thing. Making everything sound pretty doesn't love people. You don't love black people. I mean, I don't know you, but I don't think that you love black people.
Wait.
I think that it feels good and it's easy to say.
Do you think
And
Jesse Lee
especially
Peterson loves black
culturally,
people?
everybody's saying it culturally.
Do you think Jesse Lee Peterson loves
Answer
black
her
people?
question first.
What was your question?
Do you love black people?
Yes, of course.
Then why do you
Okay.
why do you use them to make negative points?
Like what? What are you talking about?
You
You're
said they won't even work when the illegal go home.
That's not what I said. I said they're being
You said-
fired.
Huh?
No, unemployment is going up, meaning they're being fired.
You said they won't work
I
even
never
when the illegal go home.
Dude, I never said that. I never said
Well,
that.
why don't they just take those jobs then?
Because illegals being deported isn't increasing openings in the labor market. Your claim is that deportations will help black Americans.
And you said that it won't.
And I'm saying that deportations are already happening and black Americans are still suffering. That's not me saying that black people won't work. And if you want to say that anybody here doesn't love black Americans, I think that it's the way Jesse Lee Peterson is talking. Do you even think you're black?
No,
You don't think you're black?
I never think about that.
Okay, do you think
Why should I think about that?
because you're running a show that's based on a lot of race
Why
issues
should I
and you
think
seem to
about
be
that?
blind to your own race.
Why should I think about that?
Why should you think about I mean, you should keep
No,
in mind
why should I think about that?
You shouldn't, but you should keep in mind
So
your
why?
race
Why?
because you talk about a lot of racial issues on the
But
show.
why should I keep it in mind though?
I'm just saying
Listen, the way that Jesse talks about black people and the questions that he asks is completely highly ignorant, right? And Jesse understands that, hey, I got to go with this certain talking point and say certain things to make sure my money comes in. And it's all for shits and giggles. He doesn't really give a damn at all. He doesn't really. And Jesse is playing semantics by all like, oh, well, why should I think about race? But he will bring up black people all the time. So come on now.
you talk about a
Why
lot of
should I
racial
keep it in
issues on the
mind?
show because it's important. It's an important
Why?
context because you talk about
Why
black
is color
Americans.
important at all?
I'm not saying it's important. The way that you talk about black Americans and your skin color
Okay,
is
I gotta
relevant.
take the next call.
Okay.
My producer told me to move it. Mimi, thank you so much.
Yes, it was a pleasure. Nice to meet you, Adam. Thank you for the discussion.
Thank you, Mimi.
Okay,
God.
amazing. How do you feel
Amazing.
about the Israel and Palestine war ending?
It hasn't ended.
Palestinian war.
They're already fighting again.
It hasn't ended.
They're already fighting again.
Who?
Israel just shot over the border, and Hamas is killing dissidents in Gaza.
Who's fighting?
Israel already shot rockets over the border, and Hamas is killing pro-Israel dissidents in their country. Hamas is not disarming,
Should they end the war there?
of course.
Okay, amazing. And would you ever obey a woman?
Yeah, I mean, obey a woman?
Yeah,
Sure.
you would.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know in what
Let me
context.
go to what?
In what context? Like if a woman is telling me to do something and it benefits me, would I obey a woman? I don't really obey anyone.
He didn't
but
call him a
I can see a
beta.
context where I would. I don't.
And so, when Obama targeted the Tea Party, was that wrong?
When you beat your wife, was that wrong?
I'm asking you, when Obama targeted the Tea Party, was that wrong?
If he did, then yes.
I think he's too young to know, but Obama never went after the Tea Party.
I'm sorry?
If he did, then yes, it was wrong.
It was wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can I explain something really quickly?
What?
You know how when I ask you a question and I'm like, do the cops know that you beat your wife? In that question, I'm already assuming that you did something wrong and beat your wife. You get how I'm like assuming something in the question?
But I'm not assuming
When you-
Obama targeted the Tea Party.
But when you ask your questions sometimes, you load them with assumptions.
I don't load them.
And then you're asking for a yes
You
or no,
mentioned
though.
the black thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm black at the Ace of Spades, right? And black people speak differently than the whites.
Okay.
Okay? Let me go to Tiffany out of Virginia. Tiffany, you're on with Adam.
Good morning, Jesse. Good morning, Adam. How are you?
Good morning. Thanks for
Good
calling
morning,
in.
Tiffany.
I'm so excited. I turned in this morning like I always do, and I saw Adam. Adam, I saw you on something I cannot remember. You were debating someone, and then you came up on my timeline, and I was about to send you a message because I said this guy needs a lesson. And then I saw you this morning. I said I have to talk to you.
Ooh.
So first off, Adam, I want to say I commend you for your attention to politics and your interest in it at a young age. That's very important. However, you are, how old are you, sir?
23.
23. Okay. I have forgotten more than you have ever learned.
Okay.
Jesse has forgotten more than I've ever learned.
I'm sure he has.
So I feel like you are too young. Like you were born after 2000. So it's a lot of stuff that you don't understand and your generation doesn't understand. And you guys are going off emotions. And in my opinion, it makes me infuriated that you guys, your generation is tearing down decades of progress that people like Jesse and a lot of our black people or a lot of just people in general have moved. Like I grew up in the 80s and 90s. We did not have this kind of division. It was not this kind of hate. It's something is wrong where you guys are, y'all don't know where to put your anger. You guys are so privileged.
There was a whole riot going on in LA, and I'm not just talking about the one with why can't I think of his name? Can't we all just get along? Rodney King. Like there's been plenty. In the 80s, they dropped a bomb in Philadelphia on this house. Remember that? And the whole neighborhood was burnt down. Like there's been racial issues in every decade and era.
That you don't even realize your privilege. The liberal people.
White. You have white privilege.
Yeah.
You have white privilege.
Yeah.
But you have Allah Akbar.
Can I respond to what you just said?
Yeah.
All right, can I respond now? Or are you done talking?
I have wrote it down. I just wanted to get out, like, I don't know a lot about you, but I just, from what I've seen so far, it just seems like you have a lack of understanding of stuff only because of your age. And so you're looking at things from a perspective that's not
Well, I want to respond.
true.
So
Okay.
you said that my generation is tearing down decades of progress, but I reject that framing as well because I'm 23 years old.
What's the framing?
Let me just respond.
But what's
I
framing?
understand, Jesse. I understand what he's saying. He's using words and philosophy for arguments, and
No.
I know what he means by
No,
that.
let me
He's
just
trying
say.
to
Let me.
You know, saying that his generation is tearing down and causing this division and stuff like that, complete bullshit. Especially when you have an administration that is rolling back voting rights, is rolling back the Equal Employment Opportunity Act, who's rolling back DEI. You have people actively trying to destroy. Affirmative action was gotten rid of, because the Supreme Court is all conservative now. So, well, not all, but majority. Let me clarify that because I know y'all come from me. But, things have been happening. Like I just don't understand when people say, oh, it didn't happen in my generation. No, you probably just chose to ignore it. You chose to ignore it.
Let me just say.
Hold on, let him respond because of time.
I just want to get a good response in here.
Okay.
Hold on, Tiffany, let him respond because of time.
You tried to say You tried to claim that my generation is tearing down decades of progress, but I reject that entirely. I'm 23 years old, and the system has been failing Americans for longer than I have been alive. My generation is trying to help, and if you want to talk about division. You want to talk about division. When I was 11 years old in 2013, I saw the president of the United States claiming Obama wasn't born in America, making up nicknames for the other side, chanting, lock her up. There is nothing like that that's been seen in American politics before. So you can't blame my generation for reversing progress when my generation grew up watching the president of the United States normalizing the type of vitriol and hatred that we see on a daily basis.
Should we pay health insurance for illegal aliens?
Insurance, no, but an emergency, yes.
Should we pay medical bills for illegal aliens?
Emergency, yes.
For illegal aliens?
Yes. You want to know why?
So if someone broke into your home illegally and they got sick, you would pay for their medical cover?
This is the problem here.
Would you pay for their medical cover?
No, but this is the...
And why not?
Why would they just break into your home and then get sick? Like, what?
This is the problem.
Why not, though?
Well, let me
No, answer that. Why you wouldn't pay for the illegal that broke into your home?
Because my home is in a hospital.
But no, why would you pay for the illegal that broke into your home?
My home is in a hospital.
Is your country a hospital?
No.
So why would...
So are illegals breaking into the home and then going to the hospital? Like, where is it? Like, the question that he's asking is just dumb. But the funny part about this is that was actually signed by Ronald Reagan, a Republican president, who said that, you know, no matter who they are, if somebody goes for an emergency, it will be covered by Medicare, because that's how it works. Because if it's not, then those hospitals will have to take on the responsibility and all that stuff. And then they'll end up shutting down because ain't nobody going to pay, right?
We want to pay it for your country.
Because we're talking about hospitals in particular.
No, no. I'm talking about illegals.
I know.
And free medical coverage.
When an illegal immigrant goes to a hospital with an emergency.
I know, they get free health care.
And listen.
That should not happen.
Let me respond. When they go to a hospital with an emergency and they get treated, that's because Medicaid covers it. Now, if Medicaid did not cover it, those costs would be passed off to the doctors in the hospital, meaning those costs would be passed. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
From that
I'm trying to make a point. If Medicaid didn't cover illegal aliens in hospitals, that exact cost would be passed down to consumers. Would be passed down to us next time we go to the hospital. So Medicaid actually lowers the cost at hospitals because...
But the point is, we shouldn't pay for illegal aliens at all.
Should they just bleed out on the street?
Yeah.
Okay. That's one position to take.
We didn't tell them to come here, right?
No.
Okay. I rest my case.
Okay.
So let me ask, should Trump gather the illegal aliens from schools and churches and homes and Walmart and all that? No. Why not?
Because I think that from schools in particular, those are likely going to be children who are not committing crimes. They are going to grow up and be productive members of society, which are net tax raisers,
Why should they send those children back to their own home?
Because these children are going to be productive parts of America.
But we don't need them to be productive.
We do. Unemployment is going up. We need more labor right now, very clearly. Yeah. Is unemployment up or down?
So they should not gather illegal alien children.
Is unemployment up or down since Trump took
office? Should they gather illegal alien children?
Is unemployment up or down?
You're not answering that question.
Should they gather illegal children? No.
Right. Why not?
Because they're not dangerous and they help the country long term.
They're illegal, though. They're criminals.
But our system...
They're criminals.
Our system is investing in them.
Wow.
What?
Via schools. And we want to reap the benefits long term.
Why not invest in which is proper, which is the right thing, to invest in American citizens, legal citizens, or illegal aliens, which is right?
Citizens.
Supposed to do that offends you guys so much. It doesn't even blink an eye to us because we saw this stuff growing up. And then also you guys are just fighting around.
Tiffany, I got it.
I want to ask a question.
Okay.
Jesse, do you think the caller Tiffany should be able to have a job in America?
Is she a citizen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think women should be able to have a job?
Not if they are married with children.
Tiffany, do you have children? Sorry, you don't have to say it. But
yes, I have children.
So do you think that Tiffany should be able to hold a job?
Not when they're married and have children.
Okay, so Tiffany, Jesse Lee Peterson doesn't think you should hold a job.
Not when, especially when you have young children. I think that it should go back that way.
Really?
Because that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Welcome to.
But is Tiffany, one, is she married? She didn't answer that. Is she married? And two, so you saying that you don't want to work? Like, huh?
America, buddy.
It's 20.
Oh, sorry. Oh no, what happened? Hold on, let me.
25.
The generation before. Listen,
Welcome to
the
Saudi Arabia.
generation.
Women aren't allowed to work in Saudi Arabia.
Hold on.
Listen, Adam.
You want to be
The
Saudi?
generation that I grew up in, like you guys after 2000, you guys are a new breed. You guys don't understand how things work. When we grew up, we didn't have daycares and stuff. We had aunties, cousins, aunts, grandmas, everybody was a community, and the mothers didn't work. My grandmother was the only.
I wonder how old this woman is. She sounds young, you know, but I wonder how old she is because I grew up in the 90s and we had babysitters. Like there was a whole daycare that I had to go to. You know why? Because my parents worked.
Woman in my family of 9 kids that worked. The only woman because she wanted to. She was a nurse.
My mother
Everybody
didn't work either, man.
The way that you guys speak, you want to turn America into what Jesse Lee Peterson would call an Allahu Akbar country. When I look at Saudi Arabia, let me finish. When I look at some of these countries in the Middle East that try to suppress the rights of women, suppress the rights of women to work, or minorities, or any of these groups, they don't want equality.
Did your mother work when you were a kid?
Yes.
Your mother worked when you were a baby?
She had to raise me, and her and my dad.
But she wasn't raising you if she was at work.
Yeah, I mean,
who took care of you while she was at work?
My grandparents for a bit. I went to daycare.
She didn't love you, huh?
No, she did.
Why did she?
Look how I've turned out. I've turned out great. I'm sitting across from Jesse Lee Peterson.
But Adam, it's no one saying you can't. You keep equating it with can't. It's no one saying that you can't. A woman can't do those things.
If Jesse had it his way, women
your
wouldn't be able
mother
to work.
loved you. Thank you, Tiffany.
But let's also put it out there that most people have to work. Like I came from a working class family. Everybody worked. It's not the 1940s, 50s, 60s. And maybe this woman is very old. And so she doesn't realize that, hey, people got to work now. Like it's not how it used to be. You know, Paw, he can be a janitor and afford a home, a car, and live a plush life. But it's not like that. You need to have 3, 4, 5, 10 different jobs.
If your mother loved you, would she have stayed home and work and taken care of you?
She loved me so much that she worked for me. Why is your framing so backwards? She went out and she
You didn't
worked.
answer that question.
If my mother loved me.
If your mother had loved you, would she have stayed home and raised you?
See, you're doing the framing again. If you didn't beat your wife, would she have left you?
I didn't ask you about your wife.
No, if you didn't beat her, would she have left you?
No, the question, if your mother had loved you, would she have stayed home and
My
raised
mother
you?
loved me so much that she went out to work.
You
and
didn't
get a
answer the
career.
question.
Okay. Yes. My mom did love me, and she did help me. Yes.
Renee, you are on the air from Texas with Adam.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey, Renee.
So I got a question. Did you just say a little while ago that the Biden administration didn't weaponize the DOJ against Trump?
Yep.
Okay. So you think that Trump administration weaponized them because you saw something in writing?
No, not just because I saw something in writing, because Donald Trump specifically asked Pam Bondi to target 3 people. And then after he sent out that post, Eric Siebert, the federal prosecutor from the Eastern District of Virginia, resigned so that Donald Trump could appoint Lindsey Halligan, who is a loyalist. Then Lindsey Halligan, a first-time federal prosecutor, went after 2 out of the 3 people that Trump requested. You don't have to connect any dots here. And I want to ask you, when did Biden direct Merrick Garland?
Well, first of all, I reject the framing of your question.
Okay.
Second.
Where am I wrong?
Second, everything you're saying, you're not wrong. I'm just being a smart
I know.
The second thing, the everything you just talked about of how you know happened because of something was because you saw something in writing, correct?
Because of the actions that followed.
Hold on a second. Yeah. Where you saw.
He tweeted it out. Like, what are they like? I don't know why they keep going back on it. Like, he put it on Truth Social.
Trump directing what you're saying doing in writing, correct?
It was meant to be a DM, yep.
Okay. So are you saying because you didn't see something in writing from the Biden administration to go after Trump, that's why you don't believe it?
It's not just that. There's nothing in writing. There's nothing that he said. Yep.
How do you answer? How do you respond to his question?
There's nothing that Biden said in writing. You're right.
Okay.
In writing.
Do you really? So I don't really want to just hone in on your age but that's such a naive way of looking.
Can you point it to me then? Point it to me when Biden put it in
writing.
Hold on.
Yeah, I can point it.
The fact that they didn't go all the way with all the way with Trump with prosecuting him and putting his ass in jail, let you know, like, no, Merrick Garland was the worst attorney general ever, because Trump definitely should have been in prison somewhere. January 6th, like all that shit. Like, come on now. That was treason. Trying to overturn the government. Like, come on now.
To you by the amount of time Trump has been in and out of courts, charges against him from the New York
Wait, you've got to be kidding me. Like, so you don't have any writing from Biden? So you just took me down that entire question chain. You don't have a single thing from Biden?
No, but
so you don't have
logic,
anything.
I don't need
the entire question chain you just drug me down.
Logic, I don't need it, right?
No, you do need it. The entire question chain that you just drug me down, you were like, oh, so you think just because something's in writing that it can be this? I was expecting you to have some silver bullet at the end. You have nothing for me. You have nothing for me.
What I'm saying, hold on a second. What I am saying is you are so naive to think that you need it in writing. That is my point. My point is that you only believe it because you saw it directly. But
I only believe it because Trump said it.
I would think more that you would need more proof and action, correct?
There were actions. You have no proof for Biden.
There were actions as well as while Biden was president. But because you didn't see it in writing, you don't believe it's true.
What action did Biden take?
Right? That is what being young and naive is all about.
What action did Biden take? If you're going to call me naive, you tell me what action Biden took.
Well, you do know that his whole administration, you do know that while he was in, okay, first of all, you understand that the reason why Trump got so many votes.
I'm going to ask you one more time. Right? What action did Biden take?
Again, these people are talking in circles, evading the question. I commend Adam for sticking with this because I would have walked out personally. But like I told you guys, I was going to give y'all part 2 to this. Shout out to Adam Mockler. Like, he handled business during this whole thing because these people were literally trying to spin and throw the word salad out there, trying to convey like, oh, well, nobody ever did anything. And come on now. Trump put it in writing. He said it and they did it. But again, let me know if you want more videos like this. Like I said, Jesse Lee Peterson, he is hilarious, a dumbass, but he is hilarious. And this whole video was funny. And I'm happy that there was somebody like Adam to shut these people down on his show because he made those callers look foolish. All right, y'all, we out of here. Deuces, everybody.